It's no surprise that digital and printable products continue to skyrocket on Etsy as shoppers are more and more looking for files that they can purchase, instantly download, and print out themselves at home. In fact, the term printable is searched over 25,000 times a month on Etsy. So there's no question that printable products are going to be in high demand this coming year, but which kinds? Well, today I'm spilling the tea on the top 5 printable niches that are guaranteed to make sales on Etsy in the coming months so that you can start planning ahead to make that passive income. Now, before we dive in, I want to let you know I've linked my free digital product starter guide in the video description below in case you're interested in digital products as a whole and you just need some tips on how to get started with your digital products business, including what different types of digital products there are, sizing, resolution, aspect ratio, all of the different things that you'll need to know to get started. And that's completely for free, so you definitely can click through on that link after watching this video and download that guide to help you get started. All right, let's jump right into our first printable niche that's guaranteed to make a lot of sales on Etsy this coming year, and that is to sell educational printables. When I say educational printables, I'm specifically talking about 2 different target customers here. Number 1 is for homeschooling parents who need resources to support them in their homeschooling, and number 2 is classroom teachers specifically for toddlers, preschool, and elementary age. There are a lot of different types of printable products that overlap for both different types of target customers in this niche, things like posters, games, activities, flashcards, planners, and bookmarks. The term homeschool planner has over 2,000 searches per month on Etsy, and the term classroom decor has over 9,000 searches per month. So if you can offer different digital file types for these type of printable products that would be useful in supporting a teacher or a parent who's schooling, then you're sure to position your shop to make some sales. All right, and moving on to niche number 2, which is event printables. These are printable products that someone who's planning a special event would use, events like weddings, baby or bridal showers, and birthdays. Etsy is definitely the go-to marketplace for people planning events, so let's go through these each individually to talk about what you as the seller could offer for each of these types of events. First off, let's talk weddings. One majorly successful printable product in the wedding niche are wedding invitations. This can take the form of a wedding invitation that's customized by you and then the final file sent to the buyer, or you could sell wedding invitation templates that are customizable on a template platform. This way the buyer would then have access to the template to go in and change the colors, the wording, the fonts, and everything they'd want to change and print it out from there. Either way, you can sell these invitations individually or as a bundle with some supporting files such as RSVP cards or info cards. Then there's the whole category also of printable decor for weddings, things like signs, posters, food labels, place cards. All of these things can be created as digital files that can then be printed out to be used for the event. The term wedding invitation has a monthly search volume of over 38,000 on Etsy. This niche is definitely not leaving the scene anytime soon. And going along with this, there are also printable products for showers, things like baby showers and bridal showers. Like we just talked about, you've got invitations and decor, but you've also got another popular sub-niche here, which are printable activities and games. These could be things like trivia cards or bingo cards, something that the participants at the shower can easily print out and play together. And another huge sub-niche within this larger events niche are birthday items. The term birthday card is searched over 9,900 times per month on Etsy. We're also looking at things like printable invitations, thank you cards, games and activities, and birthday specific decor pieces, which would be things like signs, posters, and food labels. Now, if you think the idea of creating some of these printables is interesting and intriguing to you and you'd want to try it, but you have no clue where to start, then let me introduce you to one of my favorite websites to design on, Kittl. So when I'm starting a design on Kittl, I could come to create a new design and I can choose one of their pre-selected sizes, or I can input my own custom size in pixels, inches, or millimeters. So let's say I want to make a birthday party invitation. I might want that to be 5 by 7 inches. So I could input that right here, 5 by 7. And I can also choose the DPI I want. So for printables, I would definitely want a minimum of 300 DPI, and I click create. And this gives me my canvas I can work on, and I can do pretty much just about anything graphic design wise here on Kittl. I can choose choose elements or text to upload. I can change the background color. So I might come in here and select a background color I like for this. And let's say I want to make a birthday party invitation for a younger child. I might come to elements and I can look at all of their different categories, which have a lot of fun different shapes and elements, but I can also search for something specific. So I'm going to type in balloons, and then I can look through all of their balloon images that I can use and click on the one that I want to add to my design. And once I have that where I want it, I can come over to add some text. So again, I could either add my own or choose from some of their font pairings that are already available. So if I choose this one, for instance, it'll go ahead and add that to my canvas. I can resize this and I can change what it says. So for this, I might say you're invited. I can get rid of or change any part of this that I want. And then I can also change this text. So I can change the font that's used here, and I can even transform it. So if I wanted to make this invited line a little bit curved, I could click on curve, and then I can use these little dots to transform this text into whatever shape that I'd like. There are lots of fun transformations available here, like angling, arch, rise, wave, and I can use this little slider to transform it even further as well. Kittl also has some really great AI tools, which is their AI X1 logo generator. I could come over here and generate a logo for my business based on what I'm thinking. So I could type in a description like modern logo with name Southern Floral Co. Icon should be a flower with triangle behind. And here it's generated some different logos for me, which I can choose if I like one of them to add to my canvas. And here I've got a logo that I can work with and continue to transform. So I could select one layer, let's say the text layer, and come over here and start to transform this even further into what I like for my logo. I could change the color of my flower, and of course, reword things the way that I'd like them, change the background color, and continue working with this to give me exactly what I'd like for my logo. So overall, I think Kittl is an amazing tool for creating printables and other types of digital products, and definitely recommend that you try it out. I've got it linked in the description box below, so you can try it out for free. And if you use my code KATE, that'll give you a $15 discount, which is basically like getting 30 days of the Kittl Pro plan for free. Thanks again to Kittl for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Okay, our next niche is season-specific printables. So we just talked about specific events. Now we're talking about specific holidays and seasons. Some of the best ones that you can plan for are Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, the back-to-school season, and Christmas. It's a really smart thing to do to sell seasonal items on Etsy, as you'll be sure to encourage return customers year after year when you have these kind of products. So some printables that are really popular for both Valentine's Day and Mother's Day would be things like printable cards, coloring pages, decor or banners, posters, signs, labels, games and activities, and DIY kits. Back to school is also a huge time of year when people are on Etsy looking for printable products. Things like printable first day of school signs and gift tags to go on gifts for teachers. And of course, we can't forget about the holiday season, and specifically Christmas, with printable products like Christmas party invitations, Christmas planners, cards, gift tags, and games. The term Christmas cards is searched over 5,000 times per month on Etsy. And moving on to our next niche, which is organizational printables. First and foremost, I'd encourage you within this niche to look at sub-niches of products that would support organization of certain parts of the home. Some search terms that are popular on Etsy are pantry organization, kitchen organization, desk organization, organization for the garage or the nursery or the entryway. And we're thinking of products that can specifically be printed out for this. So things like labels, stickers, planners, decals, charts, budget trackers, and checklists. These are left pretty vague and broad for a reason, because you can get more and more specific with it as you think of your target customer and what they might need. So for instance, if your target customer is a parent with little kids and they're looking for help with organizing their home, you could think of something like a printable chore chart. The term chore chart is searched over 4,000 times per month on Etsy. People who are wanting to organize their home or their office don't want to start from scratch, so this is a perfect way to give them some support with products that they can instantly download, print out, and get to organizing with. And moving right along to our next niche, which is home decor printables. So here we're talking about any kind of printable file that can be printed out for the purpose of decorating the home. The term art prints is huge on Etsy and has over 25,000 searches per month. And right under that, with a little bit more of a specific term, digital art prints is searched over 7,000 times per month on Etsy. So the sky's really the limit here with what you could create in the niche of home decor printables, specifically digital art printables. But I'd encourage you to take a look at what's actually selling in terms of style and style elements to make sure that what you're creating is going to be in demand. Currently, some really popular styles that are selling in this niche are vintage, abstract, mid-century modern, boho and minimal, motivational word art, and customized portraits. The key here is to make sure that you're offering your files in several different aspect ratios so that your customer can print these out in whatever size they'd like. Now, if you're like, I have no clue what that means, I really don't know anything about sizing or aspect ratios or resolution, then I definitely encourage you to click the link in the description box below to download that free digital product starter guide. It has a whole sizing chart for printables in there talking about what the different aspect ratios are and what the customer would use each of those aspect ratio files to print for different sizing options. So definitely grab that, and also remember to click that link in the description box below to try out Kittl for your designing. And if you feel like you could use just a step-by-step walkthrough where you watch the whole designing process for these types of products, then I do have a tutorial video just on that I'll link here, so you can click or tap on the square on the screen right now, and that'll take you over to watch my how to design a printable video. Talk soon, friends.